Tonight on Q2, packages delivered at lightning-fast speed.
Billings' new Amazon facility cutting down delivery times while adding more than 100 new jobs.
We are very proud to be investing in the state of Montana, very proud to be in Yellowstone County and the city of Billings as well.
Plus, on a mission.
It translates well when we go abroad because every person on the planet has been born.
A local midwife takes her skills across the globe. See how she's bringing hope and care to mothers in Africa.
She tries to splint the broken bone, doing the best she can, knowing she must ride for help.
From one of St. Vincent's first health flight nurses to a cowboy poet, this week's super senior is trailblazing her own path for 90 years.
The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea. Lutz. Faster delivery and prompt service. Maybe you've even noticed it. Your Amazon packages arriving at your doorstep quicker than before. All because of a new Amazon distribution hub on the Billings West End.
Well, today, city leaders met to celebrate the creation of as many as 100 new jobs when that facility opened last October.
As our Isabel Sparks reports, Amazon has high hopes in our community, aiming to add more jobs when all is said and done.
Erin Tiedemann has a lot in common with her coworker David. Not only are they both delivery service partners for Amazon, Erin and David are married, which means they get to come to work together every day.
I like it. I wouldn't change anything.
I couldn't have a better partner.
The Tiedemans own the vans that deliver thousands of Amazon packages in Billings and the surrounding area.
It's an everyday job, you know, but we're kind of getting to the point now where we've got a lot of people and got a lot of help.
This Amazon delivery facility, the second of 3 to open in the state, opened back in October. But on Monday, the center got to unveil the 40,000 square foot space to the public.
We are really proud of our investment here in the community. This particular site is an investment of over $23 million.
At this facility, packages come in from fulfillment centers and are then sorted to be shipped out.
The packages usually arrive during the night or the day before, and then we start up about 2:30 in the morning, and then they're out the next day. They're out that same day. So it's usually about 24 hours or so coming from the fulfillment center.
Since opening in the fall, the facility has employed 80 positions and over 90 drivers, and in the coming weeks will hire even more. Amazon has brought almost 300 jobs to Montana over the past year.
Prime will be coming up before too long, and we will be hiring for that as well.
The center serves within a 60-mile radius. Monday alone saw 8,000 packages be delivered.
We've had wonderful support from the community, and most of that comes because we are delivering packages and surprising and delighting our customers at a much faster rate.
The packages don't stop. We still load, we still deliver.
Faster packages to your doorstep while employing even more local jobs.
For us to get to partner with someone like Amazon is, I mean, how often do you get that kind of opportunity to be us hometown and get to do that with Amazon?
In Billings, Isabel Sparks, MTN News.
Some breaking news just into our newsroom. We're learning of an accident on a chairlift at Red Lodge Mountain where a patient was rushed to the hospital. Here's what we know so far. Red Lodge Mountain says just before noon today, an incident occurred with the triple chairlift. The mountain says a patient was transported to the hospital, taken by ambulance to the hospital a half hour later. However, Red Lodge Mountain is saying very little about what occurred. We don't know how that person was injured. Witnesses do tell MTN the chairlift was evacuated. And another of the mountain's lifts, Willow Creek, has also been shut down for a week or more for unknown problems. We'll continue to monitor this story and bring you the very latest on KTVQ.com. The market's taking another beating on this Monday as fears of a recession grow. President Trump's aggressive trade policies are one of the main reasons investors remain on edge. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell more than 1,000 points in afternoon trading before finishing down 890 points. The president's trade war with China heated up as Beijing began implementing retaliatory tariffs today on American farm products, including wheat and beef. And over the weekend, Trump declined to rule out the U.S. economy slowing into a recession. The tariff and recession tensions come at the same time. The government is also facing a Friday deadline to avoid a shutdown.
The numbers are shocking. In less than a decade, human trafficking in Montana increased by 2,000%. It's a growing issue many organizations are working to prevent, including one moving to Billings. As our Charlie Kleps reports, the Worthy Ranch, a nonprofit offering support to survivors, is making an impact despite still looking for a place to call home.
Human trafficking and domestic abuse can happen anywhere in Montana. And for one woman, her nightmare came true here on Broadwater Avenue nearly 3 decades ago.
My attack happened 27 years ago.
The stories are endless.
I was attacked from behind.
Stories of trauma, abuse, and trafficking represented by these blue ribbons along Montana Avenue.
I put up quite a hell of a fight, but he was able to pull me between 2 businesses on Broadwater.
For Julia Lilithune, her nightmare happened here on Broadwater Avenue early in the morning after finishing a paper route.
And I was viciously attacked and raped and stabbed several times and left for dead.
That was 30 years ago, but she's still struggling to move on even today.
For the longest time, I just stuffed it. I just felt like I was walking around aimlessly.
Lilithune's struggle is an example of a problem that's seen exponential growth in Montana the past decade.
I don't even think that I understood how much it happens in Montana until I moved here.
Heather Estes, the founder of the Worthy Ranch, a nonprofit hoping to provide a safe space for victims, says Montana has become a hub.
The freeways that run straight to borders, the reservations, the vulnerable population that is here. It's sad, but that's the reality, that it's here in our backyard.
And that's why Estes moved here in 2019, hoping to use her program, which focuses on self-worth, career development, and equine therapy like this at Angel Horses, to make a difference.
Our goal is to get that program up and running here locally within this next year.
Currently, they're collecting donations and looking for their own land. The past couple years, it's been a pilot program already making an impact.
Our recent program, the pilot, helped 10 survivors here locally.
And you feel seen and heard and believed.
Lilithune is one of those 10 who says the Worthy Ranch has helped give her back her life.
I needed a purpose, and it helped me identify my core values.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Jury selection is just wrapping up as the trial into a 2023 fatal shooting outside America's Wild West nightclub in Billings is set to get underway. Xavier Buffalo, who was 18 at the time, is facing a charge of deliberate homicide in the death of 21-year-old Beau Beaumont. Buffalo is accused of shooting Beaumont following a fight at the bar off of Southgate Drive. The trial is expected to last around a week.
Take a look at the Billings Almanac for the day with the Stockman Bank weather cam. Temperatures in the morning were pretty close to where an average high would be, so it really did warm up. 62, 9 degrees shy of the record for the day. Top wind gust at the Billings Airport today at 52 miles per hour. And winds really dominated the weather. Here are some of the reports. We've updated this since the 4:30 newscast. Some of those gusts to around 70 miles an hour in Livingston and 50 miles an hour into the eastern plains.
Tonight, we've learned a second person has died from a 2-car crash near Laurel. The victim, a 16-year-old girl, passed away over the weekend in the hospital. The Montana Highway Patrol says the teen was the driver of the Nissan Sentra from El Paso, Texas. Police say she was driving west and came to a stop at the intersection of 72nd Street and Nybauer. That was on March 2nd. She began to cross the road and her vehicle was struck by a Hummer where the occupants of that car were uninjured. And as we first reported, a 56-year-old also from Texas previously died in the crash. Speed and alcohol are not considered to be causes of the crash.
One local midwife is on a life-changing mission bringing hope and healing to mothers in Africa, and other Montanans are helping her raise the funds to get there.
MTN's Marcus Kakova brings us an inside look at how she's using her skills to make a difference and why this journey is so personal.
For 15 years, Katrina Rausch has been there for Montana's biggest moments.
I was volunteering at a pregnancy clinic, and across my desk came an advertisement for a midwifery convention at an Amish community.
Midwives have been guiding life into the world for centuries, offering care, comfort, and specialized skills through pregnancy, birth, and beyond. When Katrina first moved to Billings, her mentor was the only independent midwife for miles, making something of a maternity care desert, a challenge not totally overcome with Billings Clinic ending its midwifery services.
She was the only midwife between Billings and the Dakotas, and then at the time, In Wyoming, it was illegal to have an out-of-hospital birth.
Today, the Billings community is giving to Katrina and her nonprofit, First Breath International, so she can go abroad and share her experience, something she's done for over a decade.
We are doing a silent auction this evening, and the VIG is also giving 20% of its proceeds. It's very important to have midwives to be able to go into rural areas, which is something that we have here in Montana.
So far, First Breath has raised $7,000 of $25,000 to send Katrina and company across parts of Africa with kits to keep people alive.
This contains everything to possibly save the life of 2 people at a birth. We'll hold clinics in small rural areas. It will feel very much like Eastern Montana.
While the kits include pregnancy-specific medications and sanitation supplies, the organization says it's still in need of the bare essentials.
We need basic medications, Tylenol, Advil, prenatal vitamins, things like that they don't have access to.
Marcus Kakova, MTN News.
The Montana State Fund announced it's working to lower insurance premiums on workers' compensation. The Montana State Fund plans to reduce premiums by 5% for 2025. The reduction will bring rates to their lowest level ever, decreasing them by 19% over the last 3 years. The proposal now goes before the Montana Commissioner of Securities and Insurance for approval. The new rates would take effect July 1st.